everybody, I hope this video finds you well. Just a little shorty today for some ab work. So we're just going to dive in and get started, but I just want to say, first of all, we all know it's super important to have a nice strong core and trunk for lots of reasons, lots and lots of reasons. So yeah, that's what I want to work on. But let's just dive in and get started. So we're going to start in child's pose, just a little stretch. First of all, feet together, knees apart. Big stretch forward, stretch it right to the fingertips. And just taking a few nice deep breaths here. Just relaxing a little bit. Bringing a bit of calm into the body and a bit of focus. And then just one last big deep breath. And on your exhale, we're going to draw ourselves forward, up onto our knees. A few rounds of cat-cow to warm up through that trunk. So big breath in. Dip the back, lift the tailbone and look forward. Exhale, draw the belly button up towards the spine. And today we're just going to take those hips back just a little further. Just getting an extra little stretch into the back. Working with your own breath at your own pace. Two more after this one. And coming back into neutral. So do a few more rounds of that if you need to, if you feel like you need to warm up a little bit more. We're going to just start switching on to those deep stabilization muscles. So in this one, we're going to draw the belly button up towards the spine, thinking of everything just sucking in and being nice and strong and tight in the middle there. We also want to think about being nice and long in the spine, so as we move, we're trying not to arch up here. So we're just going to tuck the toes. We're going to take a big breath in. On the exhale, we're just going to hover the knees just a couple of inches off the mat and then slowly lower them down. Just a teeny little lift and just feel those, particularly those lower abdominals, those deep core muscles activate. We'll just do a few rounds of this one just to familiarize ourselves. If we want to stay here, we can do. Two more. And then last one. Nice and long in the spine, pushing into the floor with the hands. And back down. Now, if that feels like plenty to get you started with, just stay there. Yeah, otherwise we're going to just take it up a notch. I'm going to step back to a plank, so I'm just giving myself plenty of room here. So, exactly the same. Take a big breath in. Exhale, lift it up. You take a nice, slow, smooth step back. And then another one, trying to keep those hips in that same place. Then we step back in. Trying to step those knees back to where they were. And then down. And then we can recover in the middle. Yeah? So the aim is to keep that upper body as still as possible. Yeah? Let's give it a whirl. Nice and steady. I'm going to draw those abs in that a little bit more, tighten up a bit more in that plank. And then down. 3 more. Take as much time as you need to recover in between as well, remember. So move at your own pace. If you need to come down just to those knee hovers, just bring it back down. Last one, can we feel it? Nice work, guys. Take a little stretch off of those arms. We're going to take it up one more notch into that plank. Might as well start with a bit of fire. If you want to stay away from that high plank today, I've got a lower option, so I'll show you that one first. We're going to come into our low plank, so we're going to take our hands slightly further forward. Make sure you've got plenty of room here, because we want to take those hips nice and forward, so as if we're in that low press-up position. Yep, from here, draw the belly button in. We can just extend one leg and back, and then the other. Otherwise, very similar to what we've just done. We can take one leg away, step it up to the other one, down, down. Yeah, otherwise, meet me in that high plank position. Stepping up into plank, we're gonna knee to elbow and back. Keep that core strong. Try and keep those hips low. And we'll stay here forever. 4 more each way. Come on, you got it. 3 more. Pushing into the floor with the hands. Tighten up, don't rush. And 1 more. And take it down. And a rest. There we go. That got us warm. Nice bit of fire. Stretch it out, stretch the fingertips. Give the arms a little shake off if they need one. Got nothing to do now. So, coming back onto our knees, we're going to come into a high kneeling position. So, nice and high on the knees, we're going to take one leg out to the side. If this starts to get a little bit uncomfortable in the hip, just a slight bend of the knee should alleviate that. If we want to as well, we can just come back to this position too. Arms, we're going to extend up and overhead, clasp the hands together. A little side crunch. So think about keeping this chest open, draw the belly button in here, and we're going to start focusing on the obliques. So we're going to take a nice big breath in, and on the exhale, first of all, we're going to crunch towards that extended leg and back. Doesn't have to be huge. Think about using this oblique here to bring you back up. So focus on that contraction. You're going to get a stretch, and then we're going to hollow in, contract in here to bring us back to center. Nice. Remember to keep nice and open and lifted in that chest. Try not to shrug the shoulders too close to the ears. 4 more this way. Keep drawing that belly button in. It's 2. And last one. And then we're going to take a big breath in, and then we're going to go towards this bent knee. It's a little bit harder. So drawing a little bit more, and back in. Can you feel how that's just a little bit harder to bring you back to center? If it does get pretty tough, just reduce that range of motion. Keep drawing that belly button in, focus on that oblique. 4 more here. Last 2. Last one. And into center. Let go of those hands. Just come down in the middle. If you need a little stretch off, you can take maybe a little side bend. Just a little stretch through. And then we'll come onto the other side. So back into that high kneeling position. Don't want to be lopsided. Extend the other leg, remember, if you need to, just that little bend of the knee. Extend those both arms up overhead. Draw the belly button in. Take a breath. Exhale, first of all, going to crunch towards that extended leg, the way we've just been. Nice and steady. Four more here. Last two. And last one. And back up. Take a breath in the middle. Remember, keep nice and lifted. Try and relax those shoulders down. Take a breath. And back up. Remember, drawing that a little bit more on this side. It's a little bit tougher. Four more. Stay with it, guys. Keep drawing in. Three more. Two. And last one. And relax. Bring that all the way down. And make your way all the way down onto your back. We'll just quickly stretch the back off before we move on. Just hug those knees in. Little rock from side to side. Just ease any pressure that we might have just built up in that back through that plank. And that little side crunch we just did. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to come into our tabletop position, which is just our knees hovering above our hips here. We have this 90-degree angle in the knee, and I want you to maintain that 90-degree angle. So we're just going to do our toe taps. Hands can rest by the side, or sometimes I like to just place them on my abdomen just to give me that little point of focus, just to remember to hollow in here. And I'm just going to drop one foot down, and then the other. So see how I'm keeping that 90-degree angle? I'm letting the knee drop away from the body. Yeah? Nice and steady. Trying to focus in on hollowing in all the time. Access those deep core muscles. You should feel those lower ones kick in as that knee moves away from the body. Nice and slow. Make sure that lower back's not lifting as well. If you feel a little lift in that lower back, maybe just reduce that range of motion. Try and access that core a little bit more. Two more each side. One. And just take a little rest off. Hook those knees in. While you're taking a little stretch, I'll just show you the next one. We're going to stay on our backs. We're going to come into our curled up position. So we're going to lift head and shoulders off the mat, drawing in even more at the core. Little space between the chin and the chest, so we're not pulling the neck right forward like this. And we're not dropping it all the way back. Yeah, a little tuck, but in a little space here. We're going to draw one knee in, using the arms, but moving from the abs, yeah? So you want to use the arms to assist a little bit, but they're not doing the work. That's it, so draw that knee in. Couch is a little bit in the way, should move back. That feels pretty good. What we're going to do just to make it a little bit harder, I'm going to scooch a little bit away. is we're going to take those arms away. Now stay with them if you want to. Otherwise we're going to take them away. Just moving from the abs here. If you feel any pressure creeping into that neck, drawing a little bit more. Access that deep core. You got it, guys. 3 more each way. Try not to rush. Last 2. And again, we'll rest. Just a little breather. After that one, nice work. I'm going to come into our curl up again. You just take your little rest while I explain. Keeping one knee bent this time, other one's going to point up towards the sky. This time hands are going to come behind the head. Just elevating that head down, up. Elevating that head up from the floor. Letting the head sit back. We're not pulling on the neck, we're just letting the head sit back. Draw the belly button in. Lower one leg down and up. Keep that other one in that 90-degree bend in the knee. Nice and slow. One more this side. Feel those lower abdominals. Keep drawing that belly button in. Two more. And last one. Come in. Take a little breather. Bring that other leg into that bent position. Extend the other leg up. Here we go. Hollowing in all the time. Stay with your breath. Remember to breathe. We've got 4 more. Last 2. Last one. We're going to come right into our next one. We're going to try for a double. Stay with a single if you need to. You can alternate. You can do whatever you like. Otherwise, we're going to extend both legs up. Remember, keep that spine imprinted on the mat. Don't let it lift. We're going to lower down and up. Don't come too far. Yeah? As soon as you go down too low, that spine starts to lift. Hollow in. 4 more. Last 2. Last one. And in. Woo! That one got it. We've got one last little move to do. We're going to come up to seated for it. This one is our C curve. We're going to do our basic C curve and then just add on just a little touch of a variation, should we wish. So, we're going to keep our feet planted on the floor. Our little lower option, or if you just need that little extra support, is just to keep the hands behind the knees here. We start with a nice big long spine, and then we want to end up with a nice curve, yeah? Because you'll feel, particularly now that they're nice and switched on, that when we do this, you can feel that deep core muscle. If you just draw that belly button in towards the spine, yeah? So that's what we're going for. So that begins, I'm going to take the arms away if you want to. Begins with a little tilt of the pelvis. So we tilt the pelvis under, and that curve starts. Draw the belly button in. From there, we're also going to lower the body down, curving in all the time. Find that little biting point, pull in a bit more, and then draw up. Now, at this point in the show, you should really feel those abs, so you should know that you're getting those deep core muscles, yeah? Here we go, we'll just work nice and slow, take a breath. Tilt under, curve in. get to the top, we restep to a nice neutral spine. Let's try 2 more of those, and then we'll add on should we wish to. Remember, just take it to wherever you're comfortable with. Just find that little point. Start to kick in. And then back up. Restack. Let's go again. Nice big curve. Really exaggerate that curve, particularly on the way back up. And up to center. So we want to keep that curve, but without putting any pressure on the lower back. So that's why we need that deep core connection. If you want it, we're going to add on just a little bit. Now, it makes it just a touch harder, so you might not want to come down quite so far. All we're going to do, we're going to come down. We're going to lift one arm, lift the other, down and down. It's just a little variation, but you'll feel that it does make a bit of a difference. Big breath. Take it down, find that position, find that little biting point, lift, lift, lower, lower. And try not to come up out of it as we lift those arms, if that makes sense. 4 more, last 4. Give it a chance for those arms to meet at the top here. That's the ticket. Big curve in. Keep that curve. 2 more. Come on, challenge it, guys. It's the last 2. Up. Last one, big breath. Down we go. And back up. And relax, take a big stretch forward. Now, like I say, you should really feel those abs there now. You don't have to do heaps of work on your abs for them to fatigue. They fatigue pretty quickly, so just little bits and often, perfect. Let's take a little stretch off. So we're just going to come all the way down onto our backs. Hug one knee in. Relax in here. Big hug in of that knee and just take it across the body. Stretching through the spine. Just let those abs totally relax here. Nice big twist in the body. Trying to make sure we're keeping both shoulders in connection with the mat. Or the floor or whatever. Big breath. And then come back through center. Onto the other side. Into center and just bringing ourselves back up to seated again. We're going to do just a nice little side bend flow here, so you can sit cross-legged or you can sit legs extended, whatever's comfortable for you. One hand down, big stretch up and over, big breath. On your exhale, slowly just going to sweep forward, stretching through that whole back. Sweep the other arm around, ending up in that other side bend. To center, and then we'll go the other way. breath in. Sweeping through. Sweepy sweep. Around. Let's do one more each way. Coming into a little bit deeper maybe. Sweep it through. Up to center. Last one. And back up. And let's just finish with some nice big deep breaths. Just bring those hands into prayer pose here. Take a big breath in and lift them up. And big stretch down. And again. And last one. And relax. Give yourself a clap. Now remember, core is super important, and 9 times out of 10, not 9 times out of 10, but a lot of the time, it is a foundation for other problems. So the more we strengthen that, the safer we're going to be in all areas of life. And the more we practice, the more we do, the better it gets and the stronger it gets. So just little bits and often. Yeah, just little tiny bits. You don't have to do it every day and you don't have to do it for hours. Just a little bits and often, getting super strong and super safe and super healthy. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you do it again. And I'll see you again for the next one.